going on, everybody? This is Pastor Shay, aka Chaplain G, coming back at y'all with another word of encouragement for today. So, check this out. We had a Bible study here in the building where I work at a little bit earlier, and we're going through the book of John. And we're at John chapter 2, so we're still fresh within the book, taking our time walking through it. But I caught some pretty cool insights as I was talking with everybody earlier that I wanted to bring to y'all. Just because it was probably the best news I heard all day. And God, I feel like, just kind of put it on my lap. Like, I think there's times that we read the Bible and we're reading it throughout the years. And sometimes things hit us and we just kind of roll on by it. And other times, man, something will stick out and you're like, oh, my goodness, I did not see that before. And today was one of those days for me. So let me read y'all this story out of John chapter 2, and I'll explain a little bit what I'm talking about. This is John chapter 2, verse 1. I'm going to go through verse 11. It says, on the third day, there was a wedding at Cana in Galilee, and the mother of Jesus was there. Jesus also was invited to the wedding with his disciples. When the wine ran out, the mother of Jesus said to him, they have no wine. And Jesus said to her, woman, what does this have to do with me? My hour is not yet come. His mother said to the servants, do whatever he tells you. Now there were 6 stone water jars there for the Jewish rites of purification, each holding 20 or 30 gallons. Jesus said to the servants, fill the jars with water. And they filled them up to the brim. And he said to them, now draw some out and take it to the master of the feast. So they took it. When the master of the feast tasted the water now become wine, and did not know where it came from, though the servants who had drawn the water knew, the master of the feast called the bridegroom and said to him, everyone serves the good wine first, and when people have drunk freely, then the poor wine. But you have kept the good wine until now. This is the first of the signs Jesus did at Cana in Galilee and manifested his glory, and his disciples believed in him. So, check this out. The overarching theme of the book of John is John trying to relay this message that Jesus is actually God in the flesh. And so as we read the Bible through that lens, as we read the book of John through that lens, we see that Jesus here is proving himself to be God. And one of the guys in the Bible study today, he was like, man, I've read this story, I can't tell you how many times, and I've never understood why this story is in there. And then we were processing the story, we're going through different words and just kind of talking about the passage and historical significance and all this other kind of stuff, right? And man, I tell y'all, it hit me like a ton of bricks, man. This word of good news. And I'm going to give it to you right now. Yo, God is able to take what is unusable and make it glorious. Specifically here, I'm talking about the water that was in these 6 stone basins, right? This was water, it said, for purification, right? So as people are coming into the wedding, they're washing their hands off, they're taking some and they're washing their feet, and they're probably like washing their face, and it was for purification, right? It wasn't potable water, it wasn't drinkable water, and nobody would drink this water. People's hands have been in there. Who knows where your hands been all day? This is for purification, right? So it's the chances of you having touched something that was unclean throughout the day, though you were supposed to be, there's all kind of rules for that, but chances are, like in the back of your mind, you're like, I don't know what this clown been doing with his hands all day. I'm not drinking that water. So this was unwanted water. And nobody would have thought to put it in a serving jar and serve people with it. The servants that Jesus told that had to have been like, man, this dude is crazy. Nonetheless, Jesus, because he's God in the flesh, is able to genetically, at the molecular level, reinstitute that water and turn it into wine. The nuclear composition of water, at its base level, is different than it is as wine. And it's not like everybody was drunk and they just thought this was wine. This is saying like this was like the first thing that was served. You know what I mean? Like probably some wine had been served, and wedding festivals back then, they lasted for several days, and so for them to run out, he ran out kind of early. Everybody wasn't toasty yet. You know what I mean? They were still having a good time. And this guy is like, you had some good wine before, but this wine now is the best thing I ever tasted in my life. It was the best thing at the party. Not knowing that Jesus had gone in, Jesus being God in the flesh had gone in and reconstituted that water into the best thing his taste buds had ever partaken in. Sometimes in our life, man, we need to be changed like that at a DNA, deep soul level. God says in his word that nobody can come to the Father unless it's through me. Nobody could come to God as is. Like he's calling all men to come to him, but in order for them to actually come, they need to have their DNA rewired. They need to be born again. They have to have their molecular structure rewired so that they can come into the presence of God. And the good news in this is that's a demand from God that Jesus is able to fulfill. That's why it's such good news, man, that this offer of Jesus making us a brand new person, a brand new creation. That's why it's such good news. It's because Jesus shows that if he can do it with water and turning that into wine, and not just make it like halfway decent tasting wine, but making it the best that people have ever tasted. That means he could take our lives that are jacked up, messed up. We got this habit and this addiction, and we've been hurt and harmed in this other way, and we got all this baggage that we're hanging on to. And God is like, I can take all that and make it brand new, and better than brand new, I can make it glorified. And that is such good news, man. And I just wanted to take a pause and share that today because I received it. I was like super jazzed that God was able to give that word to me. And man, I feel such privilege that I get to share with y'all. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe, man. Yo, share this video, man. I feel like somebody out there needs to know that God can take what is outcasted and looked down upon in society and make that thing brand spanking new. And not just brand spanking new, man, like the newest of the new. You know what I'm talking about? Like the ultimate glory. That's what God is able and willing and continuously doing, man. So share this message with somebody that you think might need to hear it. Man, I love y'all. I hope y'all doing good, man. If you got any questions, hit your boy up. My email is going to be down in the description box. Love to talk to you about it, man. Y'all know I love y'all. I'm praying for you. Until next time, grace and peace.